10 traits of a high-value man. Now, let's begin. Number 1. Passionate leadership. Every high-value man is a strong, well-respected leader. He's self-aware and emotionally intelligent. He has a strong understanding of his passions, his strengths, and his weaknesses. Above all, he knows what he wants, so he uses strong leadership skills to encourage and inspire others. Leadership skills are especially important for high-value men in positions of power. A good leader is a positive role model that never uses power as a crutch. When a high-value man steps into a leadership position, he doesn't abuse his power. He doesn't bully the people underneath him because he has something he wants to achieve. He knows what kind of leader he wants to be because he understands himself on a deeper level. Number 2. Personal presence. Do you stand out? Every high-value man has one thing in common. They carry a strong presence. When they walk into a room, people notice. When they have something to say, people listen. But how do you develop a strong personal presence? Ultimately, presence relies on confidence. You need to communicate confidence with your entire character. From your vocal tone to your body language, every signal you send must be strong and self-assured. Otherwise, your presence will fade. You'll blend into the background. In other words, you'll become forgettable, and that's the last thing any man wants. Number 3. Managing relationships. A high-value man pays special attention to the relationships in life. He maintains close bonds with friends, coworkers, subordinates, and superiors because he knows one powerful truth: no one can achieve success on their own. A high-value man is not a lone wolf, and he doesn't try to be. He doesn't hide his goals from others. In fact, he readily calls for help when he needs it. He cooperates with diverse crowds of people, and he values different perspectives because he knows how powerful an active community can be. In other words, a high-value man prioritizes the strength of his relationships. He keeps careful tabs on the people in his life, and he works hard to maintain their connections. Of course, that requires a different skill set, which can require years to learn and develop. A high-value man practices interacting with all kinds of people. He challenges himself to socialize in uncomfortable environments. He's not afraid to talk to strangers or speak in front of crowds. He knows that connecting with and mobilizing other people are essential to his success. So he develops strong social skills, which he uses to build a diverse and powerful network. Developing strong social skills requires courage, confidence, and an open mind. If getting feedback, for example, shatters your pride, you're not going to find social success. In fact, you may miss important opportunities to further your ambitions because you're afraid of getting hurt. If you want to become a high-value man, train yourself to socialize with confidence. Create new relationships and work hard to maintain them. A high-value man knows that good relationships, both personal and professional, act as foundations for lifelong success. Number 4. High self-esteem. A high-value man believes in himself. He's not overconfident or stubborn, but he does have high self-esteem. In other words, he has faith in his ability to work, adapt, and achieve. It's important to distinguish between arrogance and high self-esteem. Arrogant people believe they're better than the rest of the world. They think they know and deserve more, and they treat others like they're inferior. But a high-value man doesn't brag about his success or his superiority. In fact, he believes he's no different than anybody else. He only achieves more than the average man because he isn't afraid to take risks. People with high self-esteem see themselves in a positive light. They like and believe in themselves, but they know they're not perfect. They don't feel entitled or superior, but they do have enough confidence to face intimidating obstacles. A high-value man is aware of his limits, but he has enough self-esteem to take risks and try his best. Number 5. Consistent discipline. If you want to be a high-value man, you need to show others how dependable you can be. That requires consistency, a characteristic that defines every high-value man. He is consistent in his habits and commitments. He doesn't flake on his goals, just like he doesn't flake on his friends. But consistency takes self-discipline, and self-discipline can be challenging. To become a high-value man, practice controlling your desires and emotions. Over time, you'll not only make better decisions, but you'll also build a more disciplined mindset. If you can do that, you can achieve consistency and show others just how dependable you can be. Number 6. Unfailing honesty. Is a high-value man trustworthy and reliable? Integrity is a core characteristic of any high-value personality. A high-value man knows the power of his word and values his commitments. He's socially responsible and he's always a friend you can trust. But on a deeper level, every high-value man is honest about who they are. He doesn't lie about his shortcomings. He doesn't hide aspects of his personality because a high-value man has nothing to prove. He isn't ashamed of his weaknesses and he's never desperate for respect, envy, or attention. Every high-value man is honest about themselves so they can also be honest with themselves. They're willing to confront personal problems and address their weaknesses. In other words, every high-value man has the courage to be their genuine selves, flaws and all. Number 7. Emotional resilience. Are you resilient in the face of adversity? A high-value man perseveres through difficult situations. When the going gets tough, he doesn't run away or give up. He puts his head down, he works hard, and he keeps trying until he gets back on his feet. Resilience in the workplace is critical. A high-value man has the drive and grit to recover from failure and learn from his mistakes. He stays positive even if he's struggling to stay afloat because he's committed to his goals no matter how difficult they become. But there's another kind of resilience that every high-value man must have. It's called emotional resilience. He knows how to stay calm and control his emotions. He doesn't lose his temper. He doesn't make impulsive decisions. Instead, he approaches every situation with a cool head. Anytime his emotions flare, he steps away, he takes a breath, and he makes a calm, reasonable decision. Number 8. Achieving balance. A high-value man is driven and passionate, but even passion has its limits. There are only so many hours in the day. You can only work for so long before your motivation and productivity begin to crumble. That's why every high-value man seeks balance in his life. He understands his purpose and he works hard to achieve it, but he's willing to step away from his greater goals, something many people struggle to do. There's a price to pay for being too driven. If you commit your entire life to a single ambition, you'll miss out on everything else life has to offer. High-value men achieve in the workplace, but they also nurture strong relationships at home. They take care of their bodies, they chase new experiences, and they gradually shape a life that's not only purposeful, but happy. If your goals consume your entire identity, you may burn out before you achieve anything worthwhile. Instead of letting your ambitions define your lifestyle, let your lifestyle fuel your ambitions. Take care of your body, your mind, and your relationships. Give yourself the tools to achieve your goals so that you can pursue your passions and discover lifelong success.
Do you ever feel afraid to do the things you know you should do, but you don't? Hey.
Number 9. Accruing resources. A high-value man has resources at his disposal, but I'm not talking about your paycheck. Financial wealth is just one kind of resource he gathers over time. A real high-value man knows that money is not a recipe for happiness. Many men think the zeros on their paycheck determine their happiness or self-worth, but a high-value man knows that resources come in all shapes and sizes. If, for example, knowledge is a powerful tool which can unlock many doors on your path toward success. Learning new skills can help you achieve your goals while broadening your understanding of the world. A high-value man knows that knowledge is priceless. Your time is equally valuable. You can't make your life longer, you can't undo the time you've wasted, but you can use the rest of your time wisely. Don't gauge the quality of your life by the amount of money you make or the number of hours you work. Instead, use priceless resources to improve your life and cultivate the passions that are most meaningful to you. Number 10. Daily improvement. A high-value man improves the quality of his life on a daily basis. He doesn't transform his lifestyle overnight, but he does make slow and steady changes which yield gratifying long-term rewards. Of course, changing your life is a difficult thing to do. You need enough willpower to craft new routines, overcome bad habits, and build a stronger sense of self. Of course, that takes time, practice, and incredible patience. Every high-value man knows the value of gradual improvement. He works hard to improve his lifestyle, but he doesn't rush to the finish line. He creates consistent routines that cultivate motivation and a strong work ethic over time. Not every high-value man relies on the same habits or routines, but they always seek improvement in their lives. A high-value man likes who he is, but he has greater aspirations. So he sets long-term goals, learns new habits, and patiently works to create a healthy and stable lifestyle.